All right, Transport Fever 2 Console Edition. We also have the Deluxe Edition, as you can see in the lower corner there. So a little extra goodies to go with it. This game came out in 2019, so I'm a little late to the party. But it did just launch on consoles, Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 as well, on March 9th, which is really cool. Super happy. This and a lot of other kind of strategy games are coming to console away from my mouse and keyboard. So that's a really cool thing. I have played a little bit. I played the first level just to kind of get my feet wet, and I'm really happy with the port. Actually, it's done a phenomenal job of going from a mouse and keyboard game to a controller game instead. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to try and get at least one level per video, I think. I figure that's probably a good enough time. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy, sit back, relax, and let's dig in.
Mankind is constantly creating amazing new inventions. Get involved in rapid technological progress and ensure smoothly running transportation in different regions of the world. The island of Java, America, in the midst of the 19th century. In the Nevada territory, where until recently only a handful of buffalo grazed, nowadays it's all hustle and bustle. Beyond the Sierra and near the Carson River, gold has been found. There's supposed to be loads of it. All you need to do is dig it up. Anyone who keeps at it hard enough will be richly rewarded. What a splendid opportunity.
So the game starts in early 1800s, or late 1800s, I should say. And as you go through the story mode, it kind of goes through the ages, advancing society, technology, industry, what you have available. So it's really cool to kind of see that progress, and I think the team did a really good job of getting that started. Then again, I mean, this is the 1800s, so I suppose the lack of cowboys is kind of disappointing.
Welcome to uncharted territory, newcomer. Wanna get rich? Then you're in just the right place. Gold Rush fever holds sway in Virginia City. And you lucky devil, you've won the mining rights for a promising claim in a poker game at the Red Dog Saloon. Soon, you'll be hauling out gold nuggets as big as a cat's head. Thanks to cleverness and luck at cards, you have a gold mine all your own. The former owner, a gallant saloon by the name of Susie, who plays a lousy hand of poker, already took care of the groundwork. And a practical woman, she left the necessary equipment behind, too. Now all you have to do is to find the mine. Get an overview and find out where the riches lie.
Okay, so first it wants us to kind of move the camera around. Typical tutorial stuff. Zoom in, zoom out, pan around.
Discover the entrance to the tunnel.
Did want to take a quick moment. The city is actually, how they build the city is, I think, a lot like City Skylines, which is really cool. A little bit later they'll even show how they have very similar districts, and I'll kind of show that off. But as you get more money, the city itself kind of builds up around you. You're not controlling it. It'll build roads, it'll build houses, it'll build businesses, all on its own. All you're doing is focusing on bringing the money into the city. Starting from this cozy little gold mine, question mark? If gold is to be found.
promising clan. Even though only a few boulders have been mined so far, that's no reason to lose heart. You'll just have to dig deeper. You ought to get hold of some solid timber from the nearby forest, so that the fine shaft doesn't cave in. The beams will be excellent for stabilizing the tunnel. Build a station where the horse carts can be packed with logs.
Okay, now it wants us to build a truck stop in the highlighted area. Like so. Try and get this kinda even, if we can. Close enough.
Explain to the sort of thick-skulled driver which route he should take.
I'm going to establish a new line. You start with hitting X for the new line, A on the starting point, A again on the...
Now, there's got to be a small depot to park the horse-drawn carts, too.
on the end point there. And he wants you to build a little depot where your little horsies are... Okay, come on. Come on. There we go. A little more. There, I love it.
Everything's all set. Now, all you have to do is to get hold of a cart to transport the wood.
Okay, and then we're going to buy ourselves a little horsey, buy vehicles. The American horse-drawn carriage is wood. The regular horse-drawn carriage is people. I don't know exactly what the difference is between a regular one and a American one, aside from what they carry. But we're going to buy one for almost $25,000.
A sturdy vehicle. Transport can get started.
Which we start with $10 million, so I guess that's not even a concern. But that's expensive. I couldn't afford a $25,000 horse. And tell it to go on line 1.
It won't be long before it's possible to dig deeper. Well then, good luck.
And now we wait. Hit play. And there she is. Go ahead and speed things up for a little bit. You can see the wood already building up. Horsey grabs it all up. That's a lot of wood going into that cart. Let's speed it up a little bit more. Look at that cute little town. And it drops wood off. How that equates to me making money, I'm not sure, but it's my mine.
Ha! Not everything that glitters is gold. Maybe your poker partner was sharper than you thought. Despite all the hardship, the mine only brings in a few chunks of silver ore. At best, you ought to get rid of it before it ruins you. Luckily, you greenhorns constantly get stranded in Virginia City, who you can peddle that confounded pit to for good money. So, you got rid of the silver mine for a decent amount. Time to invest this money in a lucrative venture. And there's an excellent opportunity. All the ore from the mine must be transported to the silver mills down by the river. A railroad that takes over the transport would be a promising venture.
I want to know who ended up stranded here that had $100 million in the bank that they could just throw at a mine. I mean, I guess there are some people out there, but I can't understand it. Anyway, so now we are going to take our newfound money and we are going to build our first train. That's a little too long. There we go. And like so.
The terrain is treacherous, requires a few very twisted curves.
Now we have to finish the track. The track is already more or less finished, but you see it has certain spots that's just not complete. So we're gonna go here, tracks, standard track, and we're gonna complete the railroad. Beautiful.
Build a railroad route that rapidly transports all the ore to the valley.
Now, as before, you make another line. New line, select the starting point, and the end point way over here in Carson City.
A respectable railroad calls for a proper railroad yard.
And just like with the horses, we need to build ourselves a depot for the trains. Try and get that just right because I have OCD like that. Perfect.
A truly well done structure. Now it just needs to be connected.
Okay, and some more tracks, and we are almost good to go. That's good.
It's high time to buy a beautiful locomotive together with a few freight cars.
Now we're gonna go in and buy ourselves another train. Get the track, not the passenger car. We're gonna get the gondola. 3 of those, and for almost $1 million, we have ourselves a train.
What a handsome iron horse. Time to send it on its maiden journey.
And as before, select the train and attach it to line 2.
Ore transport is picking up speed. With a little luck, it'll make you richer than all the silver in Nevada ever could.
Alright, speed things up, because now it's a waiting game to get that silver all the way to Carson City. Go, my mechanical horse. Already we have more silver lining up too, so that'll be a nice little profit overall.
Yes, the deed is done. The first train is rolling down the line. People are dropping everything to cheer your marvel of engineering. Don't pass up the chance to climb aboard. Give them a friendly wave.
I would love to.
Let's have a big round of applause.
Select the train and use the cockpit view, and this is actually pretty cool. I like that you can,
Hooray! There's no end to the rejoicing. All thanks to you.
see how things are on the ground level. It is a little dated, but I think it is a nice looking world all in all. Obviously it's not super AAA at this point, but I think I'll take what I can get. Speed things up again. And once the train reaches Carson City, look at all those trees. And here we are.
Thanks to your railroad, silver smelting is moving fast and furious. Meanwhile, all sorts of fine ladies and high-class gents get off in Carson City. Make sure they don't ruin their good shoes on the muddy streets. find out about the needs of your future passengers.
Double airs.
Your services are needed to the same degree everywhere in town.
That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. It's very much like City Skylines. The districts even have the same color. Green for residential, blue for commercial, and yellow for industry. The game will try and keep those districts together, but it will build the city around it, including the roads. And it will also upgrade dirt roads to the paved roads, which I think is a nice touch. Anyway, let's go ahead and build those bus stops. I want you going that way. You should probably also be going this way. And we'll set you to go this way.
Make sure your coaches don't miss any stops.
Okay, now we need oh yeah, that's right, we need to set a line. That's smart. New line, select the starting point, the midpoint, and the end point.
Build a depot where the horses can be hitched up and the coaches can wait.
We have to find a good spot for that depot. So we'll do the road depot. Where do you think we should do it? The industry area is over here. We could very easily just build it right here without destroying any of the pre-existing buildings. A couple of trees have to go, but it's industry. What are you gonna do?
Purchase a few coaches with horses so that you can get started.
Now it wants us to buy 3 horse-drawn carriages for passengers, and this is where the regular carriages come in. So we'll buy 3 of these, again for $25,000 a piece. And we'll take each of these and assign it to line 3.
Great! The first passengers are already waiting.
There we go. There's even more money to be had. We just kind of wait a little more, so let's speed things up.
The Territorial Enterprise reports. A beast is up to no good in the area. According to eyewitnesses, it leaped from tree to tree, was at least 10 feet tall, had a shaggy black pelt, and enormous feet. Ask the reporter what it's all about.
Now Bigfoot has made an appearance. That's...
The reporter, a certain Mr. Clemens, has revealed his source to you. An old good-for-nothing by the name of Sam Hawkins. He's supposed to be in the saloon in Virginia City. Could be it means buying him a couple of shots of hard liquor before he comes up with the truth.
Okay, now... Our man is over here, just clicking on that question mark. Kind of like the big old question marks in Tropico.
The good man was happy to provide information. The monster got a few feet taller with each whiskey you bought him. Word has it that it gobbles up whole cows, picks the remains out of its teeth with a wagon tongue. Our informer thinks it's hanging around near the Ponderosa Ranch, if he's not mistaken.
Continue on the trail, this ranch up here, which we will be coming back to later.
Old Cartwright and his son didn't take too kindly to your visit to the Ponderosa Ranch. Apparently you're not the first to be hot on the monster's heels. The rancher claims that dozens laid siege to their land, but just when he was about to run them off, they hurried away towards Lake Tahoe with a paper hot off the presses in their hands.
And over here to Lake Tahoe, our homely little house on the lake.
The Territorial Enterprise reports. The wild man is dead. His body was committed to the waters of Lake Tahoe, where it will sink to a depth of over 600 feet. be encased, motionless in a block of ice, and shrink to the size of a small child due to the high pressure. Guess not much can be done about that.
Imagine that being the view in the morning. That'd be really pretty. Granted, you're out here all on your own, but you don't have a giant 6-foot big feet to worry about anymore, is it, I guess? How's our passenger situation looking? And they're picking up people. You can actually see them on the cart there. They move, but the coachman hardly moves at all. I guess depending if you're having difficulties keeping up with the demand, like you see there's people waiting here, you can always buy another coach if you need to. It's not like you're struggling for money. Same thing goes with our steel over here, or our silver, I mean. Gonna have a little bit of a buildup. Our choo-choo train is moving as fast as it possibly can. Again, a whopping 25 miles an hour. Should be about to drop off our last passenger. Or not.
Where not too long ago there was nothing more than a dreary two-bit town, a magnificent little city now flourishes thanks to your transportation services. The locals even call it the miracle of Carson City. More and more people want to try their luck there. Obstacles shouldn't be put in their way. Get into the passenger business. Your tickets will be the hottest item in town. Make sure that the rest of the world is finally connected to Carson City, a veritable boom town.
Okay. Now, we are going to connect good old Reno to Carson City. So first thing we need is a passenger terminus. Get that switched around. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to build this without breaking down my home. Yeah, that home's got to go. It's in the way of progress. And now there is already another... Actually, there's an unfinished track right here. They decided to start building, but then they gave up right after they got across the river. So we're going to finish the job. All the way out there. It's expensive, but we have money.
Buy a train arrangement that brings people from all over the world to Carson City.
Locomotive and 3 passenger carriages. So we're going to build another train depot. Actually, I think right here is a good spot. If I can get the angle right. There we are. Build that there. Build some more tracks to connect the two. Like so. And we're going to buy ourselves another train. And 3 passengers to go with it. $1,500,000.
Time to inaugurate the line from Reno to Carson City, a town built on silver.
And we build ourselves a line. All the way up here. That is line 4. Now we get our train here, connected to line 4, and we are good to go.
We're off and running. Everyone is dead set on riding your beautiful railroad.
And now we wait.
There's firewood up in Glenbrook that'll get the steam engines in the Silverworks puffing real nice. But watch out that you don't cross paths with the Cartwrights from the Ponderosa Ranch. They're not the kind of folks to tangle with. You barely got away from the Cartwright boys. Now get a respectable load of logs down to the valley as fast as possible before the ranchers come back again.
So now we're basically stealing wood from these guys. I guess it's fine, they're not gonna miss it. Just like they won't miss this storage lot right next to their ranch. Let's build ourselves a line because we gotta get some wood from this ranch down to our wood processor down here, like so. That's line 5, and then let's do 3 of these. I think 3 is usually good. And set these up. Line 5. Speed that up and let our wood bandits do their thing. Again, I do kind of find it funny, we're basically stealing from these guys at this point. They're obviously not using it. I don't really need 3. Technically, I only need 1, I think, because there's no limit to how many logs I needed, but I feel like we're going to need a few to keep up with the supply. Meanwhile, our train is leaving Reno. Off it goes. It's got 7 people on it. That's not great. There we go, building up. Sticking to the regions like I mentioned. It's growing quick, actually. It's growing really quick. It's growing faster than Carson City. Whew. Okay, not doing great on we've been so busy buying things, so we haven't actually saved any money. It's gonna build there. Well, hasn't decided yet. Meanwhile, Virginia City over here is hardly changed at all. I think it's built a couple more houses. It's built the roads out a little bit. It's more of a supply town for Carson City. So many people ready to be picked up. The little wood bandits are on the way back. Run, the horses, run! Beautiful. I do like the layout. Kind of the detail that went into the maps. Like, these hills over here, you know, you're never going to go over there, but I think the extra added detail definitely helps make the world look a lot more beautiful than it would be otherwise. Like little fishes.
Thanks to the supply, silver ore processing is running at full swing, which means your transport business too.
Okay, and that is the last of the bonus objectives. Now we just have to wait for our train to make the trips back and forth, get the people where they want to go. You'd think the ranchers would have been back by now. And maybe notice the supply pad I've got right next to the little setup. Or maybe they're okay with it by this point. They couldn't stop me. I do wonder how big you can get a city. Like, does it just keep building, or does it have a set point that it stops? It is kind of a city built in the middle of nowhere there. Okay, just got to bring 10 people back to Reno, and I believe there should be more than enough here. 25. 25 people are ready to be picked up. And our train can actually carry all of them. We've also finally turned a profit. Well, I guess ignoring the $100 million that we got from apparently selling the silver mine.
Silver business is doing splendid. A cluster of pathetic shacks has become the swankiest town in the whole West, where you find the most exquisite shops, the best saloons, and the loveliest ladies of ill repute far and wide. Many an opportunity suggests itself to spend those silver dollars you so richly deserved. Your railroad business is the real gold mine in the state of Nevada.
Well, and there it is. All 3 bonus objectives finished. The main missions accomplished. This area is basically tapped out on resources. There's not much more that we can get. Silver, wood. I know future missions get a little more in-depth than what they have, but otherwise there's not much more to do here. So I really enjoy these kind of games. Transport Fever 2, Tropico, Anno. I look forward to playing more of these games as they come to Xbox, as they come to consoles. We'll see what happens in the coming months. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.